The law of attraction is listening. I'm Brian Withers, empowerment coach, trainer, and author. Well, the law of attraction is indeed listening at all times. It's with you all the time, and it's listening to your stories. So, what is it that you're saying about the people in your life? What are you saying about your house and your car? And how are you talking about your dreams and your desires? How are you talking about life? How about the relationships in your life? How are you talking about your job? How are you talking about money? All of these things and more. How are you talking about the government, the economy, shopping, traffic? Everything you talk about is essentially, you could consider it a story, because the way you talk about it will carry a vibration. And it's going to be high vibration or low. And whatever it is, that's what the law of attraction is going to give you, that version of it. All versions exist. You get to decide which one you receive through the vibration that you're offering, because the law of attraction will hook you up with it. And here's really the key to all of this, is you could be having an experience, let's say, with a job, and you don't like the job. There's things you don't like about it. Now, we know that's contrast, and then expansion happens at the same time. So your inner being's got the new job experience ready as a vibrational reality for you to receive. And if you tell the new story, if you tell that expanded story, that feel-good story, while focusing on the positive aspects of the current situation, that's a story that's going to allow you to receive what you want. But if you keep telling the story of the job that you don't like, and looking at the contrast in a way that doesn't feel good, and not really putting any stock into vibrational reality or the expanded version on the way, but you just keep talking about that job in the same old way, then the law of attraction, here's this low vibration about that aspect of your life, and then it gives you the low vibration version, which is just the same repeat over and over and over again, until you change the story so that it is high vibration in your energy, and that story will match what's in vibrational reality, and then the new manifestation will come that replaces the existing one that you don't like. It's just a new manifestation replacing an old manifestation. That's what it is. So you can see from that your life is like a river, except what we do when we offer the same old vibration about our life, low vibration about something we don't like, it keeps manifesting in the same way. It looks solid, but it's a remanifestation of energy over and over and over again. So that's a little bit of a concept to get your head around, because we grew up thinking physical reality is solid, but it's really a flowing river. It's a remanifestation of the same energy. So the law of attraction is constantly listening, and you can know what your story is, high vibration or low vibration, because your emotion is going to tell you in every moment, always telling you what your story is. If it's high vibration, you're going to be feeling these positive emotions. If you're telling a low vibration story, you're going to be feeling these negative emotions. And that when you look at this list of negative emotion, which by the way, they are your friend, because they're just telling you. Somebody said to me today, we kind of shoot the messenger when it comes to negative emotion, because traditional beliefs have us thinking that negative emotion is a bad thing, when in fact it's just the messenger to tell you that your thought energy is out of alignment. So that's what I promote here in the videos, in my books, that negative emotion is a really great friend of yours, just as positive emotion is, but they just weren't telling you that your thoughts are in alignment, meaning you're telling the story of what you want to manifest, versus a negative emotion means you're telling a story, having thoughts about a version that you don't want. And so that's why a negative emotion is such a great friend. So you want to be very, very aware of how you're talking about the things in your life, and not allowing this physical reality to dictate the way you think of things. Because if you look at something and you don't like it, and you look at it in a way that it feels bad to you, and like a problem or a crisis, then what you're doing is your thought energy is low vibration, and then that situation keeps being the same thing over and over. And so this is, again, the real key of life, is to be able to look at a situation that you don't like and realize it's contrast, it's that celebration of expansion, and then you tell a story about the way that it is that you want it to be, and you feel that story because it really is a vibrational reality, which is part of your total reality. And it's the on the way reality. It's in the process of manifesting reality. And it will come along if you tell that story. And so the full story would be, when you think about what it is that you want, you're feeling good about that being on the way, you're anticipating it. And while you're in your current physical life circumstance that you don't 100% like, maybe only 50% like the physical experience, but 100% you could be emotionally 100% satisfied. So that's really, really important, because that way you're telling the law of attraction a very high vibration story, and so it's going to start to bring you the details that hook you up with the new experience that you want. But if your emotional satisfaction follows your physical satisfaction, so if you were 50% satisfied with your job, and you're emotionally that's where you were as well, well, that's the same old story. So that job can't change. It can't manifest differently. It's going to stay there. So that's a very important thing. It's the same thing as anything in your life. And people say, well, my life's not changing, and I've been doing this for so many days or weeks or months. And it's like, that's a story. That's a story that your life isn't changing. That's a story that you're looking at what you don't like, and you're telling the story what you don't like. You got to tell the story that you do like. You got to know that it's on the way. You can't say, I've been doing this for so long and I don't see it. You're looking in the wrong place, really. You're looking for the manifestation when what you want to look for is the emotional change. You want to look for the new story. Ask yourself, am I telling a new story? Or ask yourself, what story am I telling? I want this part of my life to be different, but what story am I telling about it? Right? And if you pay attention, then you'll know that it's a story that is still low vibration, and that's why your life isn't changing. So in terms of telling the story, let's just go back over to another video I did, which is Your Happy New Life. This is your storybook, and again, it's a great tool. You can put it to use, and if you listen to this video, it'll tell you how to set it up, and it'll help you to focus your mind in a way that is the story that you want. It's the experience that you want to manifest. And as you get good at that and your focus is there, then that's what's going to come along into your life. And the other thing I want to show here is the creative process. And the law of attraction really kicks in over here in part 4 of the creative process. So all kinds of things have been done before the law of attraction really gets in on the deal. The contrast has happened over here, the asking. Your inner being does all the creating here in this part. And then in part 3, you're choosing your thoughts. And again, that's your storytelling. So in part 3, what story are you telling? It's like, what thoughts are you choosing about the aspects of your life? Again, it could be your health, could be your job, anything. Whatever story you're telling, and the way you're telling it, and your emotions will tell you if you're telling it low vibration or high, then the law of attraction picks that up, and then it's going to connect you with details that match that vibration. And if it's high, it's going to connect you with the details that take you to what you want. And if it's low, then it's going to hook you up with details that take you back to what you do not like. You see, you are the creator of your reality. All these elements of the creative process are working for you, but they're just responding to the choices that you're making with your thoughts. So if you're paying attention and focusing, and you hear me talk about that in every video, this is about learning to focus, and then I talk about the deconstruction, reconstruction process, because that's when you find yourself in telling a story that is low vibration, negative emotion is present, and you change, you get back on the story that you want. Catch yourself in the story you don't like, put yourself back in the story that you want, and that's what's going to start to manifest as you stay consistent with that story, right? That's the emotional essence of that story. That's the vibration that you are broadcasting relative to that part of your life. And when the frequency matches when the frequency of the story, in other words, the frequency of the thoughts of that story are high vibration, what you want, then you're a frequency match to the experience that you want, and it can begin to flow into your life and replace the existing one that you do not like. Okay, so that's the message for today. The law of attraction is listening at all times, so be very aware of the story that you're telling as you go through your day. Listen to yourself as you talk and think, and what is the story that you're telling, because that's what your law of attraction is listening to in terms of the frequency of it, the frequency of the thoughts of that story, and then it's going to hook you up with what matches those frequencies. So again, that's the message for today. The law of attraction is listening. Thanks for listening in, and if you have any questions, leave them on the post, and have yourself a great day.